Great. As you join the session, please let us know where you're joining from, city, state, country, if you're outside the U.S. And we'll be starting in just under 2 minutes. Okay. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July holiday. And we're looking forward to getting this webinar started. Our trainer, Raghvendra, will be joining us shortly. In the meantime, we have someone from Los Angeles. That's the first one. Welcome, Ayana. Lucia's joining from Livermore. That happens to be in the area I live in. I'm in Contra Costa County, east of San Francisco, across the bay. Oak Park. Anyone else? Welcome, Stephen, joining from the UK. All right. And let's get started. There we go. And welcome everyone to our program preview. This is a preview of how to get started in web development, the Coding Bootcamp from Caltech Center for Technology and Management Education. My name is Stuart Creek. I'm with Simplilearn. We're the delivery partner with Caltech for this program. And joined shortly by one of our expert trainers. So throughout the program, please put your questions in the Q&A box as they come to you. We'll take those toward the end of the session. The session is being recorded, so you should expect a follow-up email with a link to the recording and also information about your bonus offer for attending today's session live. And put in your name if you wish to for this particular webinar. So again, keep an eye out in the post-webinar survey. Put your name in there for post-webinar proof of attendance. So just to set the stage for you, we'll be talking about you. I'll be asking a few questions along the way. Keep an eye out for the poll questions. We'll also be talking about full stack coding careers, what the field entails and what are your opportunities in it. And we'll talk about how this particular bootcamp prepares you for a career in that field. We'll share with you some of the learner outcomes that people have experienced, and I'll go over the enrollment steps and the bonus offer that I mentioned, how to claim that, and we'll get to your questions and answers for the end of the session. So first, I'd like to go with a poll question. This is pretty basic. How much experience do you have? Are you still studying for your degree? Are you in the workforce? How long have you been in the workforce? We'll just leave this open for about another 15 seconds. going to close the poll in 5 seconds. So please hit that submit button. And 3, 2, 1. Third of our audience today are folks who are still in school. The rest of you have work experience up to and including the third of our audience who have more than 5 years. So we'll discuss how this program can help all of you. Just want to introduce Simplilearn. For those of you who don't know, Simplilearn is the #1 online boot camp in the world for digital skills for the digital economy. We have been doing this for 13 years, and we've helped 5 million people around the world in 150 countries gain those digital skills, upskill themselves. We deliver all of our programs online so that they're available to you wherever you have a web browser. Our programs use a blended learning model where many of them include live instruction. And so it's not just a matter of watching videos, but it's a full integrated learning experience. We'll talk about that a bit more. And when our vendor joins, I'll let him introduce himself more fully, but just to give you a background, he is a full stack development engineer. He has more than 9 years of experience as a developer. He supervises and runs a group of developers. So he has experience in that management area as well. And he's been doing instruction with us for more than 4 years, doing a lot of different courses, programs, and batches for us. So very pleased about that. So let's talk a little bit about careers in full stack coding. Okay. The full stack development is how the web gets built today. You can see I've been around for quite a while, and in the days predating the web, built applications for mainframe computers, mini computers, even for personal computers that were intended to stand alone, intended to be fully independent and fully self-contained. And you would do that through a waterfall method where somebody would work with the client or with the end user's proxy to define what a program was supposed to do, fully specify it out, and then you would go through a series of stages to develop specification, develop the design, to code the modules, to integrate, to test, and then to deliver. And that meant by the end of the process, you probably had code that was out of date for what the market needed. Back then, the market was moving slower, so that was less of a problem than it is today. But today, full stack development, web environment means that you have to have agile development process that supports solutions that are scalable so that application can handle the peaks and valleys of demand, can handle increasing database sizes as something becomes more popular or as more data becomes available for your solution. This is especially important in the era of AI, where the more data you have, the better a machine learning model can teach itself. And so you need solutions that can be scaled in terms of storage, in terms of compute power, in terms of reach. And you need to be able to do that using open source tools so that you are not strictly dependent on particular vendor's idiosyncrasies. You want to be able to adapt as things change in the industry, and you need to understand how the stack is built so that you understand how each level becomes optimized for its function. Um, the wonderful thing about the way full stack development is done today is development tasks can be divided among team members in many different ways. So you can have people who specialize in the front end, people who specialize in back end development, people who specialize in database management. Um, so each of those parts can have specialists, but they all have to be able to work together. So as a full stack developer, it's important for you to understand all of the levels of the stack, be able to communicate even if you are just working on one level. So that all makes sense. I want to point out that there are 27.7 million software developers worldwide. Um, it's a very large industry segment. There's a 13% growth rate in software employment in the United States, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics of the US government. And so the opportunities continue to expand. They expanded dramatically after the pandemic. During the pandemic, so many companies had to shift to digital presence where they didn't think they needed one before. We had been experiencing this digital transformation for many years, but now with the pandemic, people were being asked to work from home. People were being asked to do business in a online non-contact mode. So need for software developers spiked. So this is a great field because we're not going backward in that direction. A lot of different roles. As I mentioned, you can start off as a full stack developer. You might be assigned to front end, back end. Um, as you progress in skills, you might become a full stack engineer, looking more at infrastructure in addition to application development. You might gain experience, skills, and become a team leader. And all of these different paths for growth, for specialization are open to you if you have the right skill set and background. So, as I mentioned, demand is soaring, salaries are keeping pace. Full stack developer, uh, somebody who starts in the career, little experience, and these are average US wide salaries from Glassdoor. So, you might get an entry level job at around 75K. Um, then you move into, with some experience, you can move up in that role on up to 144. If you gain the experience and skills needed to become a full stack engineer, your salary range increases, potential increases. And if you become a lead, it increases even more. So you can make a good living up into the low to mid six figures in this area. It's a good place to build a career. Forgive me. One moment while I check. Okay. All right. So excuse me for that. Examples of companies hiring. Again, going to Glassdoor, you can take a look across the board, number of companies hiring. These are some of the biggest names. You can see that they fall across different categories, not just in technology, but also in healthcare, in banking and services. So these are all places that have openings they're listing now. It turns out that, of course, you can find listings for software developers almost across every industry, almost across every size of company. And it's a really broad-based career opportunity. So I know that you're all interested here in potential for this career, becoming a software developer. What has stopped you from enrolling in a course of this type up until now? What are the things that you've looked for that you found lacking in other offerings? Because you can't find a comprehensive curriculum, or is it because you don't feel confident you get practical experience examples to take with you from the course? Is it because you don't like to learn just from watching videos? Or is it because finding time to learn is difficult? So leave this open for another 10 seconds, and you can choose more than one answer. I'm going to close the poll in 5 seconds. So hit the submit button, please. 3, 2, 1. Poll. And so the prime concern people have in our audience today is finding time in your schedule to do a course like this in order to be able to fit it in with your life as a working professional or as a student. And the other two main reasons are finding practical experience coming out of the program with examples in your portfolio, and finding a program that has a comprehensive skill set. Let's move on and address that momentarily. Hold on. There we go. All right. So ideally, you'd find a program that has a curriculum that lines up with what people are looking for in the industry to hire. Want to look for curriculum that matches what companies say they need. You also want a course, a program that gives you the opportunity to do projects, engage in labs, and build out your portfolio with examples of your experience so that you have something to show to potential employers or to your current employer for promotion, that type of thing, demonstrating your actual skills. You also want to find a program for those of you who don't work well with just watching videos. You want a program where you have a live instructor who can take you through the exercises, answer your questions, clear out any kind of concerns, keep you from going down rabbit holes and that type of thing. And also the opportunity to interact with other students who are learning the program at the same time as you, because that kind of mutual support very helpful. And finally, and most importantly for a lot of you, is finding a program that will allow you to do this without interfering with your work and personal life. So we're going to talk about the Caltech Coding Bootcamp. The Caltech Coding Bootcamp is designed by the Caltech Center for Technology and Management Education to get you up to speed in full stack development in 6 months. So it's a intensive, rapid program, but it requires you only to devote about 10 hours a week. Um, there's live classes every week, about 8 hours worth of live classes. Those are at scheduled times, and you pick typically weekends, mornings on Saturdays and Sundays. And outside of those sessions, you can do the work anytime you want, because this is delivered on a platform that's online, available 24/7, anywhere that you have a web browser. So anytime you have your desktop or laptop available to you, you can do the coursework. You can watch some of the prep materials and read some of the materials on your tablet or mobile device. So it's very flexible in that respect. But it does include online live virtual classrooms where you interact with the trainers, with the instructors, and with your peers. And includes a sandboxed live virtual environment where you can do your projects, do your labs, use the tools that you're learning, create actual project code examples that go into your portfolio. So it's designed to help you become job ready. At the end of the process, Caltech issues you a certificate that attests that you have met the requirements of the program, that they can vouch for your new set of skills. You also get certificates within the program for each of the courses as proof of your accomplishment at each step. You get your Git portfolio that allows you to show what you've accomplished and what you've built and demonstrate that. Give a link to other people who want to look at your body of work for evaluating you for a new position or promotion. You can also receive up to 17 continuing education units from Caltech if you're in a job that requires you to provide continuing education proof that you continue to develop your skills. Caltech can issue you those CEUs for completing this program. You get membership in the Caltech Circle, which is a virtual alumni association for people who've taken the Caltech CTME programs. And Caltech will let you network with your peers who've taken the programs. They'll also get a chance to see exclusive events that they run for the Caltech Circle. And you'll be recognized at an online convocation. So you'll have a chance to invite your friends and family, see you recognized by name for completing this program. And just to mention Caltech, I think most people are familiar with Caltech as an institution. Caltech has been around for over 130 years. Despite its name, it is not part of the University of California system or the Caltech State University system. It's a private institution focused on graduate studies and research. They don't take in a lot of undergraduates. They primarily focus on helping people earn PhDs and do advanced cutting edge research in a number of different fields. For example, Caltech has the Jet Propulsion Laboratory for NASA, where Caltech scientists and engineers design and build deep space probes that will do different missions once launched into space. So actually see the satellites and probes being built there, prepared for delivery to NASA for launch. It's a pretty amazing place. It's one of the highest concentrations of brilliant people in the world. If you've watched the Big Bang Theory television show, you know that they chose Caltech as the setting because Caltech really does have a lot of very, very, very brilliant people. Number of people who got Nobel Prizes for the work they did at Caltech, and a number of people who got Nobel Prizes for work they did elsewhere have come to Caltech to continue their research. So one of the top 5 universities worldwide, almost every ranking. And having that name on your resume is going to be something that people will recognize and respect. So this program is pretty wide open. You can have just a high school diploma as long as you're 18 years of age or older. Do not have to have a college degree to start this program. You don't have to come in with work experience or a programming background. This is intended to take you from a very raw background and give you the skills that you need to be a successful full stack developer. If you have work experience, if you are a developer, the more advanced courses in the curriculum will help you increase those skills, gain more um, capability. And so this is a program that can help people at all ranges in their career experience. Let's talk about how this program helps you. This program is designed to build your experience, your capabilities step by step. Start with an induction session that gets you ready, teaches you how to use the online platform, orients you to your curriculum, shows you how to enroll in your class sessions and how to access them, how to use the lab environment in your projects. Once you've gone through that, start in basic core module of planning and user interface design. So this is how you look at the application level of the stack, how you look at how users will use the applications you're building. Then from that, you look at the back end database development, how you have to support that front end that you've designed and build the back end processing and data management. Then move on into API endpoints and communication for the communication between levels of the stack or into other systems. Finally, integration and deployment. All of this builds up to your Capstone project, in which you select industry-based challenge and come up with your solution to that challenge. So that's a several week project where you're mentored by your instructor, but you build an independent solution for this problem. You also have the elective included in the price of the program. You can take as many of the master classes as you wish, where you hear from Caltech instructors about new experiences, new developments in the industry, and that adds a lot of richness to this program as well. So I mentioned the Capstone Project. I just want to go in a little more depth. The Capstone Project is where you take all of the skills that you have learned in the course of the program and you integrate those into a final project based on a real world industry based challenge. Pick from several different options, then you design the solution, you build a full stack implementation that solves that problem, delivers that requirement. Again, you meet with your instructor weekly over several weeks of developing this project so that they can help you make avoid any dead ends or rabbit holes. But this is something that you design independently. Each individual learner creates an individual capstone project, which is turned in for evaluation for getting your certificate. So it becomes essentially your final exam. It also becomes a great artifact for your portfolio. You can say, this is a problem I solved. Here's how I approached the problem, designed the solution, and implemented it. So this allows you to build your Git portfolio where you create your own page. This is where you would be able to give a link to this portfolio and show off what you've accomplished within this program. But you can also add to it with independent projects that you do outside of the program or afterward. This is a great resource for you to be able to show off your body of work, demonstrate your skills. So Simplilearn, as the delivery partner, offers a kind of ecosystem of support for you. A program manager who interacts with Caltech and makes sure that we're delivering the program to their standards, of course, is one of the aspects. You also have a cohort manager. So when you enroll in the program, you'll enroll with a number of people on the same date, same time, and you'll be part of that cohort as you go through the program. We have someone assigned to help mentor all of you and make sure that you keep up with the pace of the program. Of course, the instructors in each course are going to help you succeed in that course, as well as your peers, your learning teams, people that you'll interact with who are fellow members of your cohort, fellow learners. Finally, the design of the curriculum and the resources tended to support your success by taking you through in an understandable and logical way. So all of this together forms a kind of ecosystem of support that helps ensure that you have the best chance of succeeding. So, okay, we have a message from Gusha who does need to leave, but we will be sending out a recording link to this session so you'll be able to review this information. Now, Raghavendra hasn't joined us yet, so we don't have the live tour learning environment, but I do want to tell you how it works. Um, the learning environment allows you to manage your curriculum, see all the courses that comprise the program, gives you your status report on how far you've accomplished each of the courses, um, gives you the ability to see your class schedule, manage your calendar, enroll in and then join the live virtual classrooms where your instructor will take you through exercises on the live lab environment. Typically, the class will include some period where the instructor explains a concept to you and then asks you to fire up your learning lab, do the exercise along with him or her so that you can see how it works, get a feel for how the tools work, how the concepts work, what you're learning. You have ability to take your tests and assessments independently. Each course will list what the requirements are in terms of how many classes you must complete and what projects and time tests you have to complete in order to earn the certificate for that course and then move on to the next course within the program. Again, Capstone Project is one of defined as one of the courses in your curriculum, and do it in the same way again, but more independent work and study and more independent thought goes into your solution for that capstone. Along the way, you get to see your progress, you get to unlock certificates for each stage in the program, and uh, you finally unlock your complete program certificate once your capstone project has been reviewed and accepted. Um, you have support tools along the way, which include a community um, where you can post threads about issues, questions, problems you have. You can monitor information from your instructors, from your classmates. You also have a help desk available 24/7. So if you happen to be working on a project at 3 o'clock in the morning and reach something that puzzles you, you can reach out to the help desk, get an answer either from the knowledge base or from a live human being. And so the program keeps track of your progress. It will send you prompts and reminders and keep you going along the right schedule. So this is all designed as part of the support system to help you succeed. Now, again, the program curriculum is developed by Caltech, Center for Technology and Management Education. Rick Hefner is the executive director. He's been involved in industry and academia for 40 years, and he works with a number of companies who've come to Caltech over the years and said, we want our employees to be able to do some of the things that your researchers and developers do. And so Caltech has designed this program through its Center for Technology and Management Education precisely to transfer those skills and that knowledge to industry. Dave Todaro is the advising professor who supervises specifically the software course, and he's not just an academic, but he's been an entrepreneur in bring that same industry perspective to the program. So this is a program designed to help you get ready to work in the industry. We'll talk about some of the learner outcomes. We have a couple of testimonials, and I'll share with you in a little bit the link to our program page. You'll be able to see a number of these other testimonials, but Andrea really succeeded from the way the program was designed, the way that industry experts provided live instruction along with the 24/7 availability of the platform. So that combined gave her the ability to complete the program, succeed. Same thing with Kamar, who completed the program, learned a lot, and as I said, was able to comprehend all the aspects of full stack development, back end to front end to the DevOps cycle. We hope that we can add you to this roster of learners. One of the unique things that Simplilearn brings to this program is a career assist service for 6 months after the completion of your certificate. So once you've received your certificate, you have 6 more months of access to the Talent Inc. job portal, kind of a confidential way to look for new jobs without revealing your search to your employer. They also provide a couple of very valuable services: resume review and rewrite, which allows you to get professional help to adapt your resume to the new environment where AI bots will see it before it is ever shown to a human being. So your resume has to be compatible with that process and still be attractive to people who will see it after the AI bot gives it a thumbs up. So that's an art form that the professional writer will help you with. And similarly, the one-on-one interview service will help you get actual practice with a human being for all the different kinds of interviews that you're going to have to do to get a new job or a promotion, from the phone screen to the skills interviews that will cover your capabilities to the management compatibility interviews showing that you're a team player, that you fit with the culture of the company, that type of thing. Each of those interview styles requires you to present a different aspect of yourself, and the ability to practice each of them with an actual person is a really valuable part of this job assist service. Again, not a job placement service, not a job guarantee service, but a set of services that will help you in your job search. So at this point, I want to ask a question. Based on what I've shared with you so far, are you interested in this program? I'll leave this open for about 20 seconds. And we'll be sharing more information about the enrollment process, cost, that type of thing shortly. But so far, here's the result. And everyone who answered said yes. So that's excellent. We'll move on. So the program fees are flat US $8,000. You can finance that over time at $705 a month, which works out to be a 12-month payment plan. And you should email us at askus@simplilearn.net because you will receive a bonus discount offer from these fees from attending this webinar today. So reach out to us at askus@simplilearn.net. I will put that into our chat here. And they'll be able to tell you what the amount of this there we go. There we go. We'll be able to tell you what the amount of the discount is. One moment. Oh, sorry. Got it. That's now in your chat, that email address. Let's talk about the timing. The claim for that discount comes if you enroll in our next cohort. So you ask us at simplilearn.net is where you send in your application. We review your qualifications. Again, very open. So there's not a lot of prerequisites you have to satisfy. If you do satisfy those and show the aptitude and desire for this program, we'll send you an admission offer. And the next induction session happens August 14th, which is the day classes start. It happens to fall on the same day in this case. Usually the induction sessions can be done a bit in advance. In this case, you can do the induction session just before you start the classes. And so if you want to join the August cohort, a month from now, you should contact us quickly because the number of people we can introduce into each cohort is limited. You can only have about 25 to 30 people in each cohort in order for the instructors to be able to give sufficient attention to each. So the seats are limited. Do reach out to us. That leads to my next question, which is how soon, if you're one of the people who said yes, how soon would you like to start? Are you interested in the August cohort? Are you looking a few months after that, or are you looking further down the road? So I'll leave this open just for another 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, and looks like a lot of you are looking at that August cohort, being able to claim the bonus discount. So please do email us. If you're looking further down the road, are you interested in the program, but not ready to start quite yet, also email us at ask us at simplilearn.net, because what that'll do is allow us to keep you informed about future cohorts as well as answer any lingering questions you may have before enrolling. So please do reach out. Oops. I'm going to go into the Q&A. We don't have a lot of questions, but I do want to answer the one question. Are there prerequisites for the boot camp? So, Pernille, yeah, and we covered that, but the prerequisites are very simple. You need to have a high school diploma or the equivalent. You need to be 18 years of age. And you need to have a desire, commitment to doing this program and getting qualified as a full stack developer, because this is not a minor undertaking. We're asking you to make an investment of both your funds and your time and be available every weekend for 6 months. You won't have to be in classes every single weekend, but you should plan your future schedule that way so that you can meet the attendance requirements of each course, so that you have the time available to do your homework and labs and projects. You have to be able to commit to doing that final capstone project. So all of this is not an idle undertaking. This is something that you need to think about, and the prerequisites in this particular case really fall more on you than on us evaluating. So that's the answer to that. We have a question from the chat. use my eyes. For Edware, question, can I write a Python algorithm using this class? So in this course, you are going to learn how to develop algorithms, data structures. You'll also learn about database management. You'll also learn about different front-end and back-end scripting. Less about Python, more about Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, C Sharp Sharp. So all of those types of things are part of the program. Less about Python. I hope that helps. And do we get a free trial of the class? I can point you to webinars we've done which give you a free example of what the class looks like. This is not a actual free trial, but it's a kind of a flavor of what the class is like. But yes, with respect to that, you can see what the classes look like from the learner's side. Again, not a free trial. Do we have any other questions coming in? Don't see any. Where would I go for Python for Caltech? So Caltech and Simplilearn offer several programs that go deeper into Python and R for for data science rather. So you can contact us, ask us at simplilearn.net, or go to our website and take a look at the Caltech Data Science Bootcamp, AI/ML Bootcamp. Those are also available through our website. I'm going to put into the chat right now the URL for the program page for this program, along with, again, our email address. And at this point, quick question for those of you who are interested in this program. Would you like us to reach out to you directly? And I'll just leave this open for 10 seconds. If you answer yes, we will contact you directly about the program. All right, and I'll end the poll. And 40% said yes, so expect to hear from us. And with that, I want to say thank you to everyone who attended today. We appreciate your being here. My apologies for Regvendra's absence. And again, reach out to us. You can contact us with questions and use the QR code to get to our web page. We want to welcome you into the Caltech and Simplilearn learning community, and we look forward to seeing you there. Thank you, and that ends our webinar for today.